Please welcome the very funny Kath Barbadoro.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here, making the right choice. I'm super glad to be here. As Allie said, I moved to New York pretty recently. I'm back visiting, and I lived in Austin for a while, and I told people here that I was thinking of moving to New York, and all my friends were like, oh yeah, like you moving to New York, that makes perfect sense. Which I later found out is what people who don't live in New York say when they don't like you very much. That's like, oh yeah, you moving to New York makes a lot of sense. You're loud, rude, inconsiderate, and there's something vaguely Jewy about you that I don't enjoy. That's what that means, but I do like it there. I've been like very productive with my life since I got there. I've been doing comedy a long time. I've looked like this the entire time. And when I got to New York, I was at a crossroads. I was like, okay, been at this a while. At this point, I either need to lose some weight or learn how to fall down funny. Like, those are the only ways to make it in this business for somebody like me, I think. And I'm not a physical comedian, so I've been going to the gym a lot. I go to Planet Fitness, which is the bus terminal of gyms. Just throw an elliptical in the Port Authority. That's pretty much what a Planet Fitness is. I had like a really fun experience there the other day, though. I was in the Planet Fitness weight room, and this guy comes in, just super jacked little black guy, full matching sweatsuits, shoes match the clothes. He walked in hood up, just alpha dogging everybody in the Planet Fitness weight room. Just eye contact with everybody, like, what's up? This is my Planet Fitness weight room now, you know? And as he was doing that, a bunch of those free Planet Fitness Tootsie Rolls just fell out of his pocket onto the floor. And I'm not even talking like a handful. Like, he had to dig 2 paws in there to get that many Tootsie Rolls. And it was so beautiful. It was such a wonderful thing to witness, because I feel like that was a perfect visual metaphor for what I assume being a man is like. You know? Like, you just walk around trying to alpha dog everybody, but inside you're all Tootsie Rolls. Like, that's it. And, like, the object of life as a man is just to hide all of the Tootsie Rolls that you're made of, you know? It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. So, yeah, going to the gym is fun. I'm not, like, living amazingly, though. I still watch, like, a lot of garbage TV. My favorite show right now, clap if you've watched this show. It's called Forged in Fire. Anybody? Okay, makes sense. I get it. It's on the History Channel. None of you look like dads or libertarians, so maybe not for you. I get it. But they've been holding out on us. I'm telling you, this is the best show I have ever seen. It's awesome. It's called Forged in Fire. I know exactly how it was pitched. Whoever had this idea walked into the History Channel boardroom, and they were like, guys, I have a show for you. 3 words, chopped but swords. And then they dropped the mic and were carried out on the shoulders of the History Channel executives. That is exactly what the show is. It is a chopped competition-style show, but instead of making food, they are forging weapons on television. It's amazing. At the end of the show, after they have slaved away over their sword, an esteemed panel of sword judges, led by a head sword judge who is referred to only by his full title, which is edged weapons expert Doug Marcaida. Edged weapons expert Doug Marcaida takes the swords that these people have been working on, and he tests them out by just going nuts on like a pig carcass. It is incredible television. It is so good. And like, my favorite part about it, so it's one of those shows that you watch like 2 episodes of and you're like, yeah, I could get to like round 2 of this, like for sure. Like, you just think you know how to do it. You clearly don't. It turns out making a sword, pretty hard, believe it or not. The people on this show, that's their whole job. That is how they make their living. They make swords for a living. And I don't know if you guys have put this together yet, but people who make swords for a living in 2018 are super weird. Extremely weird. It is just a parade of Faulkner characters walking in to this studio. It is wild. They are the weirdest people I've ever seen. And it's so funny because, like, you know, on Chopped, these people give these like heartfelt interviews about what they're gonna do with the prize money and everything. Chopped is like, or Fortune Fire is like the opposite of that, because it's like these people, not the most emotionally open men in the world, people whose craft is making killing machines, you know? So like they sit down for these interviews with the production crew and they're just like, hi, my name's Jeff and I like to make knives. And then that's it. That's like all they give. Just not even making eye contact with the camera. And then if they get eliminated from the show, it's the same thing. They just go into this interview and they're just like, well, I understand the judge's decision, I accept it. And then they leave, and that's it. That's the whole show. Chopped should not be called Chopped. Forged in Fire should be called Chopped. That's the real shit. It's so good. I don't have an end to this joke. I just want you to watch it. It's amazing. The one bad thing about it, though, is that, like, I'm pretty sure some of them are white supremacists. Like, dudes that make swords for their job in 2018, some of them know, like, a suspicious amount about Viking history, you know? Like, it gets a little weird. I'm like, those alt-right dudes, they're scary. They're like, you know, I really, really hate them, but I find myself, like, weirdly empowered by their existence. Like, I feel really powerful as a woman because of the alt-right, because, like, I know that, like, a man can never hurt my feelings bad enough to turn me into a Nazi, you know? Like, that's a power that only women have, you know? Like, the worst a man could make me do is, like, cut my own bangs, right? Like, that's... I'm not, like, marching in the street, you know what I mean? It's fine. I worry about that a little, though, because I feel like sword dudes are, like, kind of the type of guy that I attract. Like, there's, like, a type of guy that is, like, very into me. And that type of guy is those guys who use big words to try to sound smart, but they end up sounding like they work at a Renaissance fair. Do you know those dudes, right? I don't understand that. Like, I really don't get that. Like, who is passing out these thesauruses in our nation's IT departments that makes them all... Just, you know what I'm talking... Like, the dudes that, like, call every type of alcohol libations, right? Like, that's... who I'm talking about. If you've ever said, that would be grand, instead of just okay, you've sent me a message on a dating website. Like, I know you. I just don't, like, you can tell when someone's stupid. Like, I know they're trying to sound smart, but you can tell. Like, I've never been like, man, I thought this guy was an idiot, but then he said whilst. It's on, you know? All right, guys, that's my set. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show. You've been wonderful.